Alright YouTube, today I'm going to show you how to uninstall the radio from a 2013 Honda Accord. This video is brought to you by RedlineNation.com and Redline Performance Parts. So the first thing you want to do is you want to remove this panel right here above the engine start stop. And I used a simple tool like this, has a screwdriver tip on one end and then like a pry point tip on the other end. What you want to do is you just want to work your way around the edges and it'll come out. You have to be careful because there's a harness attached to the back of it, so you want to make sure you get that harness out. And then there's also a tube that comes out by itself once you take this off. Once you take this off, the next thing you want to do is you want to remove the cover on top of the radio. It sits in there like that. And then same thing, you want to use the same tool. You want to use the same tool and work your way around, and then it comes out. Once it comes out, there are two screws here. There's one here, and then there's one here. You take those out. Once you remove those two screws, then you want to come down here to the center console, and you want to remove the silver trim on the side. These come out real easy. The best thing to do is to start from this end right here. Okay, once you remove this end, then everything just kind of starts to slide out. Once you remove those two trims, one on the right and one on the left, there's a screw right here on the left and a screw right here on the right. And then once you remove those two screws, then you can pull the pocket out. Once you remove the pocket, you have access to two other screws underneath the radio, 8mm screws. It's best to use a screwdriver socket like this right here. This is 8mm, and if you use a regular screwdriver, you'll strip the screw, and then it'll be a lot harder to get it out. So you want to use something like this, and basically you probably won't be able to see the screws, so you have to feel for them and feel where they are. Once you feel where they are, then you can try to line your screwdriver up and find them. And then once you get those two screws out, then that completely releases the radio. And then what you want to do is you want to pull from the back. You want to start from the side and work your way over. And the radio, this particular radio came out pretty easy. And then once you do that, the radio comes out. And then to put everything back together, you do it in reverse order. Another thing you might have to do, you might have to put the shifter back. And how you do that is you remove this little cover right here. You can use the same screwdriver. And once you remove this, then you can put a Phillips head screwdriver in there. A flathead screwdriver in there and push down, and the shifter should come back, and that'll give you some clearance to get the screws out from the bottom. And another thing to do is when you remove the radio, this particular radio has about I think I counted 9 harnesses in the back, so you want to be careful when you pull it out not to pull too hard because the harnesses are really tight back there. And then once you do that, then the radio is free to come out. And this particular car is equipped with the ANC noise canceling device. There's a speaker here, and then there's a speaker in the rear. What I did was once you take the radio out, you have access to a unit that sits behind the air conditioner, and you just unplug it, and then that disables the ANC. If you leave it on, it'll cause feedback in the sound system if you're adding audio to your car. Make sure you don't unplug the Bluetooth, which sits underneath the air conditioning. The ANC unit actually sits on top of the Bluetooth, and you can see. I don't know if you can see, but there's a Bluetooth device right there. There's a Bluetooth device somewhere under here. And this is probably a better shot. It's right here. And then the harness is there. Make sure you don't unplug that one, but the one above it. And then you shouldn't have any problems after you install your car audio. Yeah, clipping the speaker wires. It's not always the best thing to do, so I try to avoid that at all costs. And then once you're done, you just return everything in reverse order, and then you're good to go. The trickiest part of this job is the two screws under here. It's real difficult to get them back in, so you have to be careful. Sometimes it's best to put something in here in case the screw falls back so it doesn't fall down and get lost somewhere inside the console. Alright, so I hope this video helps everyone out. I didn't see one like it on YouTube, so I hope this helps you out. Again, this video is brought to you by RedlineNation.com and Redline Performance Parts.